And welcome back, everyone. I am back for a very exciting review of a Nendoroid that I pre-ordered this months ago, obviously, but the package just came, and as you can probably guess, it is Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun related. So Iruma recently got a Nendoroid produced of him, and it just released, and my package just arrived. When they first announced him, I was extremely excited because this series, although the manga sells really well in Japan, and I know merch sells out of it, just based on what I see browsing AmiAmi, a lot of the time the really good merch tends to sell out really quickly and I never get a chance to buy any. It's still not really getting much attention as far as figurines. So when they announced the Nendoroid, I immediately pre-ordered one. It's been a long time since I've pre-ordered an Nendoroid, so this is pretty exciting for me just in general. So obviously, since I got it from AmiAmi, they sent their card, which changes every month. This is really cute, and then just some information on the back. They packed it very nicely. Here he is. Oh my gosh! He looks so cute. And I have to say, Nendoroid boxes have shrunk quite a bit, and I'm sure part of this is because they just don't come with as much as they used to. Really cool packing though. I like the insert over the paper they used to stuff the box with. But yeah, the boxes are so much smaller. For reference, here is an old Nendoroid box for my Mikazuki Munechika Nendoroid, and here is Iruma. So you can see how much the box has shrunk. On one hand, that's great for shipping. On the other, it sucks because they're clearly trying to cut back on the accessories that come with the Nendoroids. So you're paying more or less the same prices for Nendoroids nowadays, if not a little more expensive for less. But nevertheless, I am so excited. So here is his box. He's Nendoroid 2166, Iruma Suzuki, and I really hope that hopefully he sold well and they can make more. I definitely want Amity figure of these prize figures to match, but I wouldn't be opposed to getting an Asmodeus. Did I show the back already? So here he is. He is more or less a basic figure with some accessories and an extra face, or 2 extra faces, which is great. I much prefer the faces to the accessories because I tend to never change the poses on my Nendoroids, so I much prefer just different faces. I like to open them from the bottom just so they're nice and neat. And I do apologize, y'all, for my nails. They have been through a lot, and I was working on my car earlier, so you may see some staining from that. But here is the instruction manual that most Nendoroids come with, if not all of them, just showing you how to put them together and what parts you should be getting in your box. Very much appreciated. Here is Iruma. Oh my gosh. They've made this very compact, which is appreciated. So his base is inside, but he comes with 2 extra faces. Here is the first one. So cute. Definitely need a smiling Iruma face for your Iruma figure. He smiles way too often not to. And then excellent portrayal of his stressed out face. He makes his face a lot, especially early on, so I love that they included that. I kind of wish he had a face of him eating, because it's such a staple for him. He has his cloak as a detachable part, which is great. It's really cute, and I appreciate that it's detachable. There's some white speck in the back of this, but it's not really a big deal for me. Overall, I have to say the paint job is pretty well done. It's a little rough on the inside, but overall it's fine. The quality control does not seem to have... Oh well, actually, I just said that, and then I'm noticing some blue specks on the white. So quality control for Nendoroid seemed to have gone down just a little bit, but it's not like significant to me. That's not really something I'm gonna pay attention to. I'm really scared to pull some of these smaller parts out because they're so tiny and I tend to lose Nendoroid parts. I have 2 Mikazuki Nendoroids because I lost, I think, one of his swords. Oh my gosh, I just dropped something. You really do have to be careful with Nendoroids because they have such tiny parts. It's basically like collecting remnant sets. They're so tiny and small that there's a high probability you may lose one. Hopefully y'all can see them correctly. So he comes with technically 3 extra hands. He's got 2 arms, 1 of each, one holding a knife and the other one can hold this fork, which is really cute. I do wonder though why they made these separate pieces, because the knife is attached to this arm. So I wonder why that decision was made. I'm just curious. It's not a big deal or anything. But super cute, and the utensils are metallic. And then this tiny little hand. So cute. And this is holding his phone, which I'm probably going to paint, or try to paint, at least the screen. That way it looks a little more realistic, but it's so cute. I love the demon ears. I've always loved their phones. It always gave me Monster High vibes with how, you know, they made the phone match the monster theming. And then he also comes with a Kalego-sensei in his little familiar form. So just to reference, this is the Kalego-kun that comes with the Iruma prize figure, and here he is next to his Nendoroid form. It is so tiny and he's so small and cute. I love it. And again, I'm dropping all of these pieces. But interestingly enough, he does have a peg on the back. So I'm assuming he has a stand so that he can fly. So that's super cute. And he's at least nicely painted. I don't see any issues. And his face was probably printed on. His face is in there. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to get that plastic piece off, but look at him. He's so cute. So his entire paint job, with the exception of the utensils, is a matte paint job, which most Nendoroids are. His face is printed perfectly. I am happy to say his nose, he has a nose, because his prize figure always made his nose look really weird. I love how chubby his cheeks are. The way his hair is sculpted and painted looks really well done. It's all blue, but I feel like I see some hints of purple under it, which is great because a lot of the Iruma-kun artwork has like that sublayer of purple in a lot of its coloring. So I really do appreciate that. Otherwise, he would just looked way too blue, kind of like his prize figure does. So I love the depth in the paint job for his hair. His uniform looks perfect. I'm comparing it now to the prize figure, and the only thing they missed was the eye, the iris on his little ribbon thing. But overall, they both look pretty much identical, except, you know, this one is much tinier. So, and the shoes on the prize figure are a little muted. These are more vibrant. And I did see on my figure collection, people were already getting him and saying how absolutely magnificently vibrant he is in real life. And I definitely have to agree. His paint job is great. And I appreciate how it seems the neck joint for Nendoroids has gotten a lot better, because I remember it being kind of hard to move them. He's pretty loose, and thanks to his collar, they must have made the joint a little bigger because it's not getting in the way of him turning his head. So that's really cool. I love that improvement to previous Nendoroids. Or maybe that's just how they make them if they have a collar. I don't know. But you can remove his arms. Let's give him a knife. And you can still remove the hands, I believe. Like the actual individual hands. They turn, so you can still remove those. And there he is, looking so menacing and adorable, and I love him. I do wish he had gotten his own unique base, because they're rare, but they do happen sometimes for special Nendoroids. Like my Mikazuki Monechka figure And I think a majority, if not all, the Token Ramu figures didn't have this square base. They each had their own circular base that had the design of their character on it. And I much prefer those because they looked a lot cuter. But these are at least a little versatile, and they make sense for Iruma because they have multiple pegs, so you have the extra space to put Kalego-kun in. And these I do appreciate because they are quite versatile. You can pose him in different ways, different closeness, and turn him just like that. Super cool, but I'm going to leave it like this. And you do get an extra neck joint, which is still appreciated. I'm glad they didn't get rid of that. Oh, this is different. This looks different than the old Nendoroid stand. Oh, he dropped his knife. Oh, so the knife is removable. I don't know how I like that, because then it's just going to keep falling from his hand. It does feel secure on there, though, but yeah, that's just me and my paranoia. I really don't want to lose any of his parts. I don't think this is an Nendoroid that you could find easily after he stopped selling. You know what I just noticed? He also has his ranking on his collar. That's cool. Very tiny, small detail, but very much appreciated. Very important to his story. So, oh fuck. Iruma, I'm so sorry. Okay, so first impressions. I am not that big of a fan of this. I understand it probably looks a lot nicer because the old one would stick out this way since it was so long. But this took a minute for me to get used to, and he hovers. He doesn't actually sit on the stand. Yeah, right now he's hovering, and I'm scared to move him because he just popped off when I tried earlier. So I'm just going to leave him like that. Kalego-kun is also at a weird angle. Oh, that is so cute! I'm going to leave his utensils off his hands for now, but I am going to pop his head off so that I can put his collar on and see how that looks. I also realized that the reason this pops off is because his collar also comes off so that you can pop his cloak on as well. So that's cool. Very neat detail, and it also means that if you are an Nendoroid customizer, this is really cool. Like you could really customize this pretty well because it allows you easier access to paint certain parts. And the collar also has his ranking on the side as well. So yeah, I love him. I'm so happy that I got him. He looks absolutely adorable. I think he's the perfect character to have as an Nendoroid because he's so cute. If I had to think of any criticism, it's just the fact that as cute as Kalego-kun is, and I'm sure like this decision was easy to include him, I do wish he had different accessories because we've already seen him paired up with Kalego-kun in the prize figure. So I was hoping they would include something else, like maybe Alicred, which is the little demon that comes out of Iruma's ring, which Iruma does have, by the way, in his hand. Again, amazing detail on these figures, so worth the price. But yeah, I really kind of wish that they included him instead of Kalego-kun. Kalego-kun's cute, but I really think Alicred would have been the perfect thing to include because he is such a staple to Iruma in his journey in the manga. And if there's another season in the anime, and it makes more sense to me because he is somebody that doesn't leave Iruma's side. So that would have been really cool. But again, Kalego-kun's too cute. I can understand why he was chosen as an accessory. And then I love these faces as well. And I very much appreciate the cell phone hand and the utensils because this gives me an excuse to buy remint sets. I've always wanted to buy some of those cafe remint sets, and I've bought them before, but I had absolutely no use for them. They're too small for dolls, and some of them are actually too big for my Monster High dolls. They just don't match the Monster High dolls either. I don't really have any figures that could use them, but Iruma has utensils, and I 100% can display him with just a table of food for him to eat. So I'm pretty excited to have that excuse. And that will be it for my review of the Iruma Suzuki Nendoroid. I have to say I am very, very happy with him. So excited to put him in my collection and display him with some food and snacks. If you are a fan of Iruma Suzuki or even the show, I definitely recommend that you get him if you are fine with Nendoroids. I know some people have a preference. I myself preferred Figmas, but with how pricey they are, I've just never bought much after the first few that I sold off. He is very much kind of a simple character to make into a figurine, but he has so many possibilities, so I hope that more stuff gets made of this series, whether that be more Nendoroids or little spin-off Nendoroid sets for him. Again, I would love an Alacred or even just some like demon snacks that they can make for him to hold. But I'm definitely going to use this as an excuse to buy Rement sets to give him. That may have been a couple months ago where I purchased the Iruma plushies. But it's been a while since I've purchased a figure from AmiAmi, so I would like to just talk about a little bit about what their shipping is like nowadays. COVID really messed them up. They used to ship out almost immediately once you made your purchase, assuming it wasn't a pre-order. But once you paid your bill for shipping, they tended to ship within the same week. They were so backlogged during COVID that it took them, I think, a whole year to catch up. And even now, shipping delays are expected. So I pre-ordered Iruma back when he was up for pre-order. I actually don't remember when this was, but I was charged for shipping on November 9th, and I paid, if not the same day, then the day after. He did not ship out until December 1st, if not November 30th, I believe, because my shipping notification says 11 days ago. So he was shipped out 11 days ago. It is December 11th. That's the day I'm recording this video, and he arrived today. I had paid for Air Small Packet, which does cover tracking, and I didn't realize this, but they actually require you to sign off on the package. When the mail came, I got a text message from them letting me know that it does require signature, so I had to run outside and sign for him, which is fine. I just wasn't expecting that because I believe I have used Air Small Packet before, and I don't think that was a requirement. I'll have to check my bank statement, but I believe I paid around $50 for him, USD. In total, he was 5,540 yen. Shipping was 2,130 yen, so that rounds out to about maybe 40, closer to $50 for the Nendoroid, and then $20 or so for shipping. So in total, it was 7,469 yen, which actually rounded down to about $50. Overall, I do think he was worth what I paid, and I do not regret ordering him at all. But just be advised that if you order from AmiAmi, you may be waiting a couple days, if not weeks, for them to ship out your package. He was a pre-order, so maybe he was just backlogged a lot. Because usually they don't charge you for shipping until they actually have him in hand. So the fact that it took them almost a month to ship him out to me is crazy. But I'm glad it came here in a week. Air Small Packet means that it's going through the air instead of surface mail, which goes through a boat, and it'll take months to get here. But I was still expecting to wait at least a month for him because I knew AmiAmi was still experiencing shipping delays. So I'm pleasantly surprised that he got here to me so fast and before Christmas. This was my Christmas present to myself, and I absolutely love him. That's pretty much it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will link Iruma in the description. Hopefully he's still in stock, and if not, you may have to search for him in other stores. But I definitely think he is worth it. If you are a fan of Iruma-kun, I definitely recommend him as a staple in your collection. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video.